Hey YouTube, I want to make an update on how I'm doing and stuff. I had my fourth appointment with my psychiatrist last Friday. I talked to him about my feelings not really getting to me while I'm rationalizing the transition, that I don't let my emotions getting. That has been something I've had more trouble with. My psychiatrist told me maybe it's a good idea to go to a psychologist and talk about how to regulate and act out the emotions better, because it'll be necessary eventually too when I start physically transitioning. So I just called the hospital again. I just done that, so I don't know how long that'll take. Next time I'll be going in the end of November, where my parents will join me in the conversation. Yeah, there's also for the trans guys it works like this. You have the screening, which happens like within a month after you call. After that, there's a waiting period of, it's now 10 months, so I went through that period already. And then there's the phase of diagnostics. That's about 4 to 6 appointments with the psychiatrist. And you talk about your younger years, how your gender has become a problem, or how you, when it started feeling different or and whatnot, like everything, a lot comes up and it's tiring, but you know, to get things started it's necessary. So after the 6 appointments, they're gonna talk about you in the team. More experts on like the surgeries and the hormones and whatnot. They decide if it's right for me to go on hormones. And then you go on hormones, and then once in 3 months you go to see a psychiatrist to talk about how it's going, how you're dealing with it, how the people around you are dealing with it, and how you are dealing with the people around you dealing with it. Then after a year, it's possible to get top surgery. In the first appointment I had with my psychiatrist, I told him that my chest is really something I'm really dysphoric about, and I wanted to know if it was possible to first have surgery before starting T. And he didn't know. He hasn't been working there for a long time yet, so he hasn't experienced that yet, but he was going to ask a colleague to know if that happens, and yeah. So, as I said, first appointment, and now I've had the 4th appointment, and he still hasn't asked his colleague, which I find quite disappointing. I was very disappointed after that conversation last Friday. It depends for me if I can do my internship for my final year, and if the surgery will be first, then I'll have to reschedule the internship and push that further along the line. And if I'll start T and have surgery later, then I can do the internship. I kind of need to know, because then I'll know if I can finish my final year the regular way or not. So that's something that I find difficult to express, those feelings, and standing up for myself. That it's alright to say what I feel, because I'm feeling it, so it's worth to be said. So that's also the emotions thing, and I guess a guy's thing not to deal with the emotions. Really. I don't know. That's kind of the stereotype of the guy that I have. Yeah. Last Friday, my dad accompanied me, and he was waiting in the waiting room, so I saw him after, and then we went for a coffee and went to the park and did some fun stuff. And then I told him about me making YouTube videos, and he didn't know, and he was, well, not really mad, but he was like, well, you know, you could have told us. And I was like, well, I talked to you about it in real life, you know, so it's more for myself for advice. And then in the evening, I talked about it with my mom and my sister, and they both watched it. Well, my mom watched it with my dad when he came home, and my sister is also watching it. So that's pretty interesting to know. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say.